So the best way to grow your TikTok following is to pay for followers. Now, it's no secret, TikTok is really pushing out their new promote feature to actually promote your TikTok videos to get more views and more followers. So it is actually a really great way to go ahead and grow your audience and actually get a lot of followers really quickly. However, I'm going to show you the pros and cons to actually doing it and exactly how to set up those campaigns so that you can run a campaign yourself to generate a lot of followers on TikTok. Now, first of all, let's get into the pros of running ads on TikTok to generate followers. First of all, is you're able to get a lot of followers really quickly. If you make a video that you know is very strong and it just hasn't really gotten that organic reach that you know it deserves and hasn't really reached as many people to generate you followers, but it's a good piece of content and you really believe in it, and then boosting or promoting your TikTok post is a great way to get more reach behind that and help you get exposed to an audience that you can actually get a chance to get more views and more followers. Now, the second reason it's great is if you've ever used Instagram or Facebook ads, then you know that they don't have an option to actually optimize for getting followers, but TikTok does. So it makes it a lot cheaper to actually pay to get followers if that's what you want. And it's another great reason why TikTok followers and a campaign for TikTok followers makes a lot of sense. Now, let's get into the cons though of using TikTok to promote to get followers. Now, the first con is that using TikTok to get followers, it's not helping you actually build the skills and the muscle to actually generate good organic TikTok content. And what I mean by that is if you generate content and you pay for those views, you pay for that reach and the followers, you're not building a genuine organic audience. You're gonna end up putting videos to people that otherwise wouldn't have seen those videos and might follow you just because you paid for it, instead of them actually discovering your video because the video was so good and it got a lot of organic reach. And so it's a way to generate an audience quickly, but not necessarily an audience that's very engaged or that's actually gonna help you get more views consistently on your TikTok account. And the other con is that it can be very, very expensive. Based on what I've been seeing, you can expect to get a cost per follow less than $1, around 25 cents to about 50 cents in the US. And then internationally, you can get followers for a lot cheaper than that, potentially even like 1 or 2 cents. So it can be expensive if you go in the US and you're really trying to go for people, in your region, maybe you sell products or whatever. If you go international, it can be a lot cheaper to get maybe those vanity metrics, but again, it's not gonna be the most engaged or relevant audience. So it's something to note as well. All right, now let's get into actually how to run TikTok ads to generate followers. So first thing is you want to come over to the TikTok Business Center and you want to have a business center set up for your brand. So when you go ahead and click into this, it's going to load this up. If you're familiar with the Facebook Business Manager, it's the same thing pretty much. So I'm already logged in right here. So if you aren't already, then go ahead and click Get Started and create an account. Go through all those steps. I'm not going to walk you through that. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward to go ahead and create that TikTok Business Center. And then once you have, it's going to bring you to the backend dashboard. All right, so you can see my backend dashboard here. I have a few different business centers. I'm just going to blur out the details here, but different business centers for obviously my own agency, Jet Ads, and then some for some clients here as well. So you want to create one for your business so that you can have all of your assets under that, and you can also add your employees, any team members to that as well. So I have an agency business manager. I'm going to log into my agency business manager account right here. And what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have your TikTok account actually connected. So this is for your actual brand. So make sure that that is connected, and you want to create an advertising account. Okay. And you want to make sure that you add your credit card and all that good stuff. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the actual ad account here, and I'm going to show you how to actually run the ads. Awesome. Now, once you're in the TikTok Ads Manager dashboard right here, this is where all the magic is going to happen. And you can see with this client account that we've been running, we've spent $45,000 US to generate 1.4 million impressions. And that has resulted in, if we go into the campaign itself right here, again, this is a follower campaign, so we're not trying to get clicks or anything like that. Let's go to the last 30 days right here. That has resulted in 57,000 total followers for this particular client. And that's split across 2 different accounts. So we have 2 different TikTok accounts that we're promoting right here. So 37,000 for one and 20,000 for the other. So this definitely works. And you can see we're spending about 76 cents on a cost per follow, 85 cents on a cost per follow for this other brand, total of 0.79. Gotten a ton of likes, almost 90,000 likes, 1,800 comments, 1,800 shares, got about 700 profile visits. And the CPM is about $79. Frequency is about 2.41, and yeah, 1.4 million impressions. So you can see, obviously, we spent a lot of money here, but we've generated a lot of followers as well. And so again, If you're looking at around 80 cents in the US, that's not bad for a cost per follow, but it does cost a lot if you're looking to buy your way, up there in terms of followers and brand reputation. So now let's get into how you should actually run these campaigns right here. So we have a couple different campaigns here. I'm going to take you through exactly how you should set these up. So first of all, go into campaign and then go to create right here. And we're going to create our first follower campaign. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And again, you're going to want to make sure that you have your ad account connected to your TikTok account. Otherwise, you're not going to see some of the options that I have here. Now, what I'm going to do is click on advanced right here. Awesome. Now, once I click on that, what we are going to do is go to community interaction as for the advertising objective. And what this enables us to do is we can optimize for followers or profile visits. In this case, we're going to do followers, but you could totally do profile visits as well if that's something you care about. And obviously, there's a lot of other ones that you can do right here, but for our case, we're going to do followers. So I'm going to click on that, name your campaign. I'm just going to name this test YouTube video follower campaign, but name that whatever you want. What I would recommend here is to do a campaign budget optimization so that you can have all your different ad sets, and then your total budget is going to be at the campaign level. So it's essentially TikTok will put the budget wherever you're getting the most followers at the cheapest cost per follow, right? So what I would do is a daily budget. If you have a lifetime budget, maybe you want to spend $20,000 to get followers, you can do that too. I recommend a daily. And so let's just say you're trying to spend $100 per day on ads, and you'd go ahead and add that in right there. And you're not a special category, so you're good to go. So that's the first step. Next thing that we're going to want to do here is name your ad group. And all I'm going to name this is the interest that we have. So I'm just going to delete that for now. We have TikTok. I am going to enable user comments, video downloading, and video sharing. We don't have any saved audiences right here. So what I'm going to do is your location, enter in your location. If you want to target things that are non-US, it's going to help you get a lot cheaper followers. So if you want to target US, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, a range of different English-speaking wealthier countries, right? That might be relevant for you. Or if you want to go to India, Pakistan, some of these larger countries that the CPM is a lot cheaper, then you can go do that and you're going to get followers for even cheaper in those regions. So I'm just going to do the United States for this one. I'm going to do all genders, all ages. If you have a specific gender audience that you want to go for, then you can add that in here. Same thing with age. I'm just going to leave that open. For languages, that you definitely want to narrow this down to English if you're an English speaking brand, which I would assume you are. Don't do high spending power. All for household income audiences, I would leave all of this. And then for interests and behaviors, this is the one thing that you want to add in, is start to look up some things related to your business and add those in here. And I would just add in some bulk interests right here that you can go ahead and test. And I would have a couple different ad sets with some different interests right here. So let's say maybe you are a brand that sells like gym stuff, gym clothing, something like that, right? What I'm going to do is like fitness. All right, so we have health and fitness, physical fitness, sports and fitness. Let's go. So there's creator interactions, there's video interactions, additional interests, fitness tracking, right? So there's some different ones that we could potentially do here. So maybe the first one I want to do is just health and fitness, right? Really broad, right? 61 million to 75 million. It's a really broad audience. And that's what I would recommend for a follower campaign, right? You're trying to go pretty broad and you're not trying to get too granular, too picky about exactly who you want to target, because you're just trying to get people to follow you that are interested in what you have to offer, what your content is about. So make that interest related to what your content is about. I'm going to scroll down right here. Inventory, do standard inventory. You can change this to full inventory if you don't care about graphic violence, nudity, and sexual language. Mostly you're going to want to do standard, but you can also do limited if you don't really want to have any mild language, mild violence, or anything. Like you just want like the really PG stuff, then you can totally switch that over. For this, leave that as the same day. And then what you have here is you have your bid goal. So our optimization goal, we want follow. And then we can set our bid control right here. So we can keep our average cost per follow lower than your bid. And so for this, as you can see, we can set this right here. So I could set this to like, 50 cents. However, it's going to suggest a bidding for you right here. So you can see 2.97 or higher to maximize the campaign performance. In my case, I was able to set this lower and it had no problem achieving that. So I set it to $1. Just know if you set this too low, maybe you want to go 20 cents, right? That's ideally what you want. It might not spend because other people are willing to pay more per follow. So you're going to get outbidded there. So I'd recommend starting it at $1 or potentially, like 80 cents. You can see that my average cost per follow was 80 cents. So it could be good for you, especially at a lower budget. You could essentially get that. So let me just do $1 though for right now. and I'm going to leave that. And then you have your advanced settings right here. All that is good. Awesome. So let's go next. And honestly, the best way to get followers is, once you're at the ad level, is to use ads and TikTok videos that you already have on your TikTok account. So this would be a TikTok Spark ad. So what you're going to do is select your TikTok account that you want to use and just select some content from that account that you actually want to put some spam behind and get some more engagement on. So for this one, what I'm going to do is just name this the actual ad name once I've done that. So I'm going to select this authorized TikTok account right here, and I'm going to select TikTok posts. Okay, now it's going to select a Spark ad from this. Awesome. So maybe I want to promote this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on confirm. Cool. So this is the ad that I want to promote, right? And I would just give this a go. Very, very simply, we're just going to promote this video right here. It already has the text in, it already has everything. We can allow music sharing if we want. In this case, it's not available, so I'm not going to enable that. And I'm just going to name this the name of the video. So let's wrap an onion. All right, cool. So we got that right there, and we don't have a pixel or anything. If you do want to also track if these followers are generating conversions, visiting your website, etc., I'd recommend setting up a pixel and selecting that right here, but no worries if not. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and launch this, right? And so what I'd recommend though is, I only have one ad right here. What I would do is create about 8 of these. So I'd go add another one right here. I'd do the same thing. I'd go back to TikTok posts, and I would select another video that I think will do well, that maybe didn't get as many organic views as I would have expected or wanted to, and that I know is a good video and will get me followers. Select that other video that you want to promote. Again, click on confirm for that, and add in the actual ad name for this. So let's go, beeswax wraps are more waxy than sticky. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We got the whole caption there and everything. Everything looks good. And I would do that for about 8 or 10, even 15 videos. However many videos that you want to do, I would add all of those into this actual campaign. And then you're going to go ahead and submit this ad. And that's how you're going to run it, right? And that's essentially how I would create the follower campaign. And that's what we've done for the other follow campaign that I showed you. All right, so just to show you this works, I'm now back on the campaign level right here, and I'm going to jump into this and show you here. This is the main campaign we spent $28,000 on in the last 30 days. And let's go into this, and you can see here we have a couple of different ad groups. Very, very simple. We have relationships, fitness and health. We have a broad campaign with no interest targeting, and then we have self-love and motivation as another one. And so we have all of these different campaigns right here, or different ad groups, right? Which essentially have all the same ads. We're just targeting different interests and seeing which gets the best cost per follow. And so based on our research right here, we can see that relationships actually has been getting us the best cost per follow right here. We can see we've gotten about 3,300 paid followers, and we spent about $18,000 to get those followers. So as you can see here, relationships is the best follower ad group. As far as a cost per follow, we've only spent $2,300, but we've generated 3,300 followers at a 70-cent cost per follow. This campaign though, for self-love, has spent the most and generated the most followers. So it's a slightly higher cost per follow, but it's spent a lot more. So there's probably a reason. So this is probably the best one in this case, as it's putting the most budget into it. As you scale spend, you're going to expect that cost per follow to go up over time. So that's why this one that's spent a bit more has a higher cost per follow. You can see all the other metrics right here, but if we drill down into this actual ad group right here, you can see we have all of our different ads right here, or they all were running at one point, and we've just kind of turned off the ones that haven't really performed that well for us. So you can see, for example, this one, right, has spent about $1,900 right here and has generated us a 3,200 followers at a 61-cent cost per follow. This one, Cindy Gallup right here, has spent 2,600, generated 3,800 at a 0.68 cost per follow. So we've generated a ton of followers right here with a ton of different campaigns. And all we're doing is just kind of turning on and off the campaigns that are performing the best for us. And yeah, it's overall, like, that's the strategy, right? Just put all of your organic TikTok content into ads right here. Let them all run up against each other. See which one performs best using a campaign budget. And then TikTok will automatically optimize that for you to put more spend into the actual videos that are generating the best cost per follow for you, so that you don't have to worry about a thing. And so this is the preferred method to generate TikTok followers, because if you do this within the app using the TikTok promotion feature, you're just blindly throwing budget at a bunch of different videos. You're not really giving it an overall budget and using all of the different TikTok videos that you have to see which is the best and get you the most followers, most bang for your buck. So I hope you found that valuable, hopefully you found that helpful, and you use this to generate TikTok followers for your brand or business. I think it's a great way to get your brand some early authority and get you that initial traction, and from there kind of see what videos actually work well to get you followers and double down on those videos a little bit more. But just know it's not a replacement for actually good organic content and growing a good following over time. I would do this in combination with a good organic approach, is layering in some ad spend there as well. Now, if you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest videos I'm putting out around digital advertising and growing brands and businesses online with ads. I'm also the CEO and founder of a company called Jet Ads. So if you need help with advertising in any way, then check the links down below and check out what we do. We primarily help D2C brands, so you might find that valuable. And yeah, with that, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching, and looking forward to catching you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.